we're good to go. So, hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Thank y'all for tuning into this video, and I'm just so thankful. My content is obviously going to be getting way better, just in general, because of, I've just been putting more time into it. I have more resources and all that, and it's a great blessing to be able to make great content like this to help people out who really need it. So I'm really thankful for that. So now let's get into today's video. So today's video is on why is God making you wait, right? And you might be thinking, right, why would God make me wait? Why would God make me wait for something that he could just give it to me right now? Like, for example, why would God make me wait to earn $1 million when he could just give me $1 million right now? Like, that might be a simple question or answer, right? Well, it's as simple as this. You aren't ready to receive that $1 million. You aren't ready to receive receive that relationship. You're not ready to receive any of it. You might be, but what I'm saying is that the reason why you don't have it is because you're not ready for it. And you're craving something that you're not ready for. It just doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, God isn't preparing something for you because you're not ready for it. You're not prepared for it. You're not ready. This goes simple as this. I have an analogy. It's simple as this. The reason why you're not prepared is because you need God to work inside of you, right? You can't just be staying here, not allowing God to work into you. Keep on living a sinful life, being slave to a sin or multiple sins. You can't just do that and expect great things, right? You have to love God. You have to love Him with all your heart. But not only that, though, it takes a long time to do that, right? It takes a long time to be able to change, right? You can't just change like that. Like, you can't change like that. Your mindset can, the way you think, but it's gonna take time, right? Just think of it like this, right? A seed, right? Look at any tree, bro. Look at any tree. Any tree, any plant, any bush, whatever it is. Like, look at even the huge trees. You think those trees grew in like a month? A year? You think that it took a year for those trees to grow? Like, I'm talking about the 20 to 30 foot trees, bro. You think those trees took a month or two to grow? No, bro. First of all, it came from a little tiny seed. A little seed, right? And for that seed, it didn't just start sprouting up right away. It had to grow its roots. It had to grow roots around it. Because you need roots when you plant something. The plant needs roots to get all the water and soak up. Because the roots will grow near, or will attract towards the water, to get enough water for it, to keep on growing, to do its functions. Like, for example, like, we need food. Like, well, if we need food, we'll go get food. If we need water, we'll go drink water. It's like that, basically, right? So, obviously, the plant needs roots, and then after, it takes a long, gradual time for the plant to grow. It doesn't just grow like this. It doesn't grow in a week. You won't see a tree grow 5 inches in a month, bro. You just won't. It's not how it happens, right? And especially during, like, winter seasons, the tree isn't growing at all, but it's just staying alive, right? So let's connect this back to real life, right? God is working through you in the inside. He's not working through you on the outside. He's working through you in the inside by doing this. He's recreating you. He's growing a roots. He's growing a foundation and a base that you need. Before you can walk, before all that, you need legs strong enough. You need strong enough legs. You need a strong enough body. You need legs that are mobile enough to run. You can't just start running if your legs aren't strong enough to stand up like this. And if your legs can't move, you're not mobile enough. You can't run. So God is working through you to create a base, a foundation, so that you can completely so you can grow off of it, right? And prosper, right? So, when he's growing that foundation, you need to be patient, bro. It's gonna seem like it's terrible. You're gonna be like, God's not answering my prayers and stuff. But secretly, the Holy Spirit, which is also God, is working through you. He is working through you to make you what you need to become, to be the person that God wants you to be, and most likely what you want to be, right? And that's gonna take so much time. It's still working through me. It works through everyone, right? It works through everyone. And it takes time. So, and we live in such a generation. We live in a generation that's thrives off of instant gratification, right? Thrives off like fast food, right? You can go on your phone and anything, pull up anything in seconds. The internet's at your access. You can get food in the time of minutes, right? You can get whatever it is, like you can get money whenever you, like, what I mean by get money, I mean like you can transfer money, you can withdraw money like that. You have content you can watch at the palm of your hand, like TikTok, Instagram, all that, right? It's become so normalized, instant gratification, but what really needs to become normalized is delayed gratification, waiting your time, taking your time, waiting for great things to happen, waiting for God to work on you. That's what you need to work on. You need to work on becoming the best version of yourself internally before you become the best version of yourself externally, because that's the only way God will let it happen. He won't let it happen externally then internally, right? So that's one of the reasons, that's one of the ways too. And a lot of people don't get this though. It's a lot of, when you try to open unlocked doors that God has locked and there keeps on being locked, and you just go and dwell and you're like, oh my gosh, why? Realize that God is protecting you right now. God is protecting you from terrible things that could happen. God is protecting you from so much. I can't even explain all the bad things He's protecting you from, but God is protecting you from bad things or things that will hurt you if you try to attempt it right now than if later. Because say your mental isn't that strong yet, your physical isn't that strong, your spiritual isn't that strong yet, and you try to attempt something way past beyond your capabilities, God won't let that happen. He won't let that happen. Because guess what? He's trying to protect you. And honestly, that is the best thing a man could ask for from a friend, bro. Protecting someone from something they don't know they're not capable of yet, and working on them to get them to the place that they want to be, and being able to attempt that thing and be able to actually do it, right? For example, God's not going to make you experience any temptation you can't handle. And people are like, well, why will I always fall into it? Because you're not strong up here. Your heart isn't here yet. Your heart isn't where it needs to be at. Your mind isn't here where it needs to be at. If your mentality isn't ready yet. And also, your mentality isn't strong enough. If your mentality isn't strong enough to beat that temptation, don't expect to beat other things. Don't expect to have the temptations that a millionaire has if you can't beat the temptations that you have currently, right? You have to be patient. You have to keep on working. One thing is, you have to stay focused on the grind. You have to stay focused on the grind and work. You gotta work your butt off. You gotta work every single day. Every single day it's a process, and every single day you're comparing yourself from who you were yesterday and how you can be better today. Every single day it's a battle. You versus you. Me versus me. What can I do to get better? And when you do that, when you think of that, right, it starts to become evident that you're on a journey, and that your mind's telling you that all that matters is you just need to work on getting better than you were yesterday, being better, and then continually having great and great days. Once you can do that, once you build up momentum, you can start attempting harder stuff. Because guess what? You have so much momentum now that it'll just become easier. But it starts with being patient. You just have to be patient, bro. And honestly, that's the one thing I can tell you. Just stay focused, bro. Stay focused. Let God work inside you. Keep on working hard. God let God work inside of you, and transform you into the person you want to be internally. And thirdly, just enjoy who you are right now. If you can do that, if you can do these 3 things, promise you God will deliver what you need at the time you need it, right? And dude, all the examples are seen throughout the Bible, dude. First of all, Abraham. Abraham waited 25 years. He waited 25 years before he got what he wanted. What you got? A kingdom. He got his descendants. David, Jesus, his family line. Right? He got everything he wanted from God, but he had to wait. God promised it, but he said, you have to wait, and I'm going to transform you into the person you need to be. Right? Joseph was sold into slavery, bro. His family sold him into slavery because they're like, we don't need him. We don't like him. His brothers didn't like him. So they sold him into slavery, right? They sold him into slavery, and they didn't care about him, bro. And if you were like that, Joseph was probably thinking like, my life's done. I'm gonna work for someone the rest of my life. I'm gonna be a servant, right? God worked through him, and after a while, he became the second most powerful person in Egypt, and eventually freed all of his family from being captured by Egyptians. Lastly, this is probably the most the best example I can give you from the Bible. Jesus, bro. First of all, we only get to see Jesus' life until he is like 12, and then we only see it again until he's 30, until he begins his public ministry, bro. Until he begins his public ministry. From 12 years old to 30 years old, 18 years, nothing was recorded. You know why? Because he stayed down. He was humble. He would not boast anything. He wouldn't do crazy things. He would just let God work inside of him and let him become the person he needs to be. So, and in 3 years, he changed the world. From 30 years old to 33 years old, he changed the world, bro. He changed the world. And all that time he spent working, being humble with his family, he remembers all that. That 3 years of his life made him forget everything else, because all the hard work and everything else, because he did such great things because he trusted in God and was patient with God's plan. So what you need to do is, just to take from this video, be patient with God's plan. Know that he's working inside of you. He's working internally. And all the external stuff, it'll come, bro. Trust me. I know it will. All the external stuff will come. All the great things you want, all the goals you have planned, right? All of it is going to come. But all you need to do is just focus on what you need to do. Get better from where you were yesterday. Trust in God's plan. Stay faithful. And last but not least, just remember that everything that you want will happen. You just have to stay patient towards God. So, thank y'all for watching. Have a great and blessed day. And just remember, God always loves you. Peace.